Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCUN, Your Excellency, the Secretary General of the United Nations Tourism, Mr. Zurab.
So let me welcome here our spoken word man, Mohammed Sanusi. Mohammed Sanusi will be stepping forward here for this, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody once said that the world is like a book.
Director General, Captain of Industries, and extreme delegates from across the African continent, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, permit me to stand as Mohammed Al-Amin Sanusi, popularly known as Mass Inspires, to perform my masterpiece, Nigeria's Tapestry of Hope. In Nigeria's vibrant landscape, we find a kaleidoscope of cultures overthroned, delta's rhythmic beats, gentle Savannah's breeze, each culture a thread weaving our nationalities. The Tashina, the Yel Galagala, the Father for Tourism and the Creative Economy, Barrister Hanetsu Musawa, other distinguished honorable ministers of the Federal Republic of Nigeria,
Forgive me. Okay, thank you very much. He is the Senate Committee Chairman on Tourism. We thank you for coming. And Senator Anthony Ani, Deputy Chairman, Senate Committee on Tourism, loves the President. And so before the President speaks, she also wants another troupe to perform. Your Excellency, they want to put you in the mood, so that when you are going there, you'll be dancing as well.
A lot more dirty. So now, our legendary end-of-year experience event, anchored in Lagos. We invite the whole world to come into Lagos this December to experience what it is to be a Nigerian. And then we have the Homecoming Eve, a spotlight on our southeastern region. These brands convert holidays into jobs, flights, hotel nights, and small business revenue, while amplifying Nigerian stories to the world. Call of collective action. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a call for collective action, because no matter what we think we can do within our small societies and communities, we can do more when we work together. Colleagues, this 20th century was planned by hydrocarbons. The 21st future will be powered by human imagination. This gathering is an opportunity to build that future together. And I hope in the next couple of days, we will be engaging and having ideas and exchanging ideas and building the starts of collaborations and corporations that will really boost this partnership that we're looking for in Africa. And we, as Nigeria, our hands are open and we're looking for partnerships. So anyone that feels that they can add value to us and we can add value to them, please, you are welcome to sit and talk with me to see how we can boost our culture, creative industry, and of course, tourism. Let us envision integrated visa regimes. It is very important for us to do that. Cross-border tourism corridors and shared storytelling platforms. We have to tell our stories ourselves. Nobody can define us better than we define ourselves. Let us invest in African talent with the same intensity that the world once invested in oil and gas, because we have more to lose now and we have more to gain. It is our collective, it is our culture, it is what our forefathers expected, it is what our brethren and the future generations expect from us. Let us reimagine Africa, not as a collection of emerging markets, but a cultural superpower, a continent whose stories move the world and whose destinations redefine global tourism. Nigeria stands ready to lead and to partner, to collaborate and to invest. And I invite you to enjoy the hospitality, the dynamism, the experience of being in Nigeria in the next couple of days, and we start in this very hall. Everything that you see here that looks like decoration is decoration, but as Nigeria, of course, we're that little bit more creative. But you are welcome to engage with the traders and also buy things. We have food outside, people are cooking jollof rice, and I know my brother from Ghana would disagree, but Nigerian jollof still happens to be the best. However, because Nigeria is a partner in progress, Nigeria, Ghana, and Senegal, under my ministry, under gastronomy, will be working together, hopefully, to develop a unity jollof in the Like I said, I'm really passionate about Nigeria, and I'm passionate about Africa, and I'm passionate about the young generation, and I'm passionate about my sisters, my family, and I'm passionate about the vision and the mission and the commitment that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has. I believe in it, and I believe because of that vision of renewed hope that he has, will take its place in the Committee of Global Nations. We will not be a developing nation anymore. We are on our way to a developed nation. And I pray the same for every single African country here. Let us rise together, ladies and gentlemen. And I thank you and I welcome you to the great and vibrant and wonderful country that is called Nigeria. Thank you.
The Honorable Minister for
Essential to uplift communities, create meaningful jobs, and promote peace in an increasingly complex world. The FCT is home to cultural institutions, natural attractions, artistic talents that deserve global recognition and investment. FCT also is a mini Nigeria because it's a microcosm of Nigeria. All of Nigeria is represented in the FCT. It is my vision to see Abuja become not just an administrative hub, but a beacon for cultural tourism and digital creativity in West Africa. Moreover, as chairperson of the Senate Committee on Women Affairs, this conference speaks directly to my lifelong advocacy for gender inclusion. Women and girls are central to the creative and tourism economies, whether as artists, entrepreneurs, educators, curators, or digital innovators. However, many remain underrepresented and under-resourced. As we champion AI and innovation, we must ensure that women are not left behind, but are intentionally supported through access to education, financing platforms that celebrate their voices. The theme, boosting social impact and education in tourism through innovation, AI, and creative industries in Africa, could not be more relevant. Across the continent, we are witnessing a growing recognition that tourism is not merely about destination, it's about people, identity, technology, and sustainable development. In Nigeria, we are at a critical junction where innovation is reshaping tourism and the creative landscapes. From Lagos to Kano, Calabar to Abuja, digital platforms are enabling local artisans to reach global audiences. AI is being used to enhance travel experience and heritage preservation. And young Nigerians are emerging as cultural entrepreneurs, storytellers, and digital trailblazers. Tourism can contribute significantly to Nigeria's GDP and remains a vital sector for youth employment, cultural diplomacy, and economic diversification. Yet the full potential of this sector can only be unlocked through sustained investment in education, digital literacy, and policies that promote inclusive innovation. The creative industries, including film, music, fashion, and the digital arts, are natural allies to tourism. Nollywood, for instance, not only entertains the world, but draws global attention to Nigeria as a destination of vibrant culture and resilience. When combined with emerging technologies such as AI and immersive media, these industries can redefine Africa, how Africa is experienced, studied, and valued. Today's gathering is an opportunity to amplify the stories of homegrown innovators and educators who are transforming tourism from the grassroots to the global stage. Let us use this space to exchange best practices, build cross-border collaborations, and generate actionable strategies that place communities, especially women and youth, at the heart of our development agenda. Finally, I encourage us to think boldly. Africa is not just participating in the digital future of tourism, we are shaping it. And Nigeria, with its immense talent, creativity, and cultural wealth, stands ready to lead. Welcome once again to this important conference. I look forward to rich discussions, meaningful partnerships, and outcomes that will echo beyond these worlds. Thank you.
The man can provide the support, the women can be the main drummers, but for the sweet soup to be sweet, there has to be collaboration. Let's put our hands together for them, ladies and gentlemen.
Speech of dear Honorable Minister. I really almost cried, you know, like she, because the world needs such kind of ministers, such kind of people, such kind of patriots. I know that, and I'm sure that, dear sister, I would say that you will reach much more you are thinking, and we are crying here. Your tears will return you big happiness, and this was the tears of happiness. And this we will see in numbers. Coming people here like me. This is my 5th time coming to Nigeria, and I want to encourage everyone to come at least minimum 5 times to Nigeria, because Nigeria is huge. Nigeria has everything, including oil, by the way. Oil is the last, if we see, and if you know the country. The first is people, and everything what tourism needs, it's here in this beautiful country. Music, Nollywood. Many people they don't know what is Nollywood. They know Bollywood, but they don't know Nollywood. And music and football and food. I don't want to argue. I don't know where jollof rice is coming from, but and many others. Nature, culture. I don't know everything. The geographical closest with the Europe, with Americas. People think that Africa is far from Americas, but not. It's the closest point maybe to reach the New York from Nigerian connectivity and visa and everything we will talk during today's session. But first of all, of course, I want to acknowledge and express my many thanks to His Excellency President of the country, His Excellency Bola Tinubu. Without his support, it was impossible. And dear Vice President, thank you. For us, it's only honor and big honor to have you with us. It means that Nigeria is going and supporting tourism and put on the top priority, like it did many oil producer countries 10, 15 years ago. And there are many examples how to transform oil in humanity, in tourism, to attract people, to show, and that's why she was crying. She knows how big the asset you have in this country, but many people they don't know. And we will make this story successful. Again, I want to thank, and I will make very short story. Maybe it's not interesting, but for me it's an honor that when I was elected 7 years ago, the main competitor against me was a candidate from Zimbabwe. So we fight it a lot. And then there was one gentleman who stopped everyone. It was a big drama. I didn't know him. I never met him. And this gentleman was Lai Mohammed. I was surprised in China. And then, when I was appointed, the first conference was here, the CAF, the African Ministerial Meeting. Sorry to everyone, all ministers are my friends, but one of my best ministers is Minister from Zimbabwe, Barbara. She's here, by the way. So, and then from that moment, I was committed, and I mentioned that I will do everything, and I owe to Africa to do everything. And what is everything? Everything is here. Education, innovation, creative industry conference, all first conferences we did in Nigeria, all. I remember that we've been first, and it never will repeat, the first creative industry and tourism conference we made in National Theatre. It was under construction in Lagos. And it's a history, and I'm very proud and very happy to be part of this history. Let me talk a little bit more about Africa. Africa is, and it was mentioned in the song, I believe that future of Africa is in tourism. And all of us, we agree that we started 7 years ago, and we mentioned 10 priorities, what we have to do to improve and to develop tourism in Africa, because it has no limits, the opportunities, and that's why we are supporting and fostering investments, education, and please count on our full support. We are next to you. We can do a lot of things. We did a lot of things, I think so. And let's continue this, to being on this train which will never stop, because there are many things to do together, as I mentioned this morning, and we are here to work. We are here for friendship, we are here for love, for peace, and I'm sure that together we can make history and really interesting story about African tourism. I want to thank to all ministers, deputy ministers who especially came for this very important meeting, because united we can do a lot of things. If we want to go far, we have to be united. This is very clear, and to learn from each other and support to each other and to express our solidarity. So that's why I think this meeting is very important. Let's talk, let's discuss, let's argue sometimes about food, and make Africa nice showcase for everyone, and it is already. Connectivity is a challenge. Visa, I kindly ask the Vice President, let's make a history of visas, and we don't need visa to come to Nigeria. Maybe sometimes governments, and you don't think about that point, but we can easily do it. We have a lot of examples, and we are quite strong to analyze and to change a lot in visa strategy. For example, I remember 7 years ago, I was participating personally in our organization in Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, which was one of the closest country in the world. You couldn't travel there, and we made it. And today they have more than 50 or 60 million visitors per year, which depended on the visa regime, which was open, and I think Nigeria has to open and Africa has to open, and it's open its doors and make more accessible coming here. And I have one more request to Minister of Finance. Please at least triple the budget of Minister of Nigeria, Tourism of Nigeria. Half joke, half reality, please. Thank you very much, and have a nice day. Welcome to Nigeria, and come back again at minimum 5 times.
Let's appreciate them, ladies and gentlemen. It is very clear now that
better place for us and for the future generations. Nigeria a ceremony of Wana. Meaning is the Hana Mohamed Kaimu Bertiamaruna.
for the 68th UN Tourism Regional Commission for Africa meeting and a conference on tourism's great potential to contribute to sustainable development in our continent. Thanks to the UN Tourism Secretary General Ms. Azura Ololikashvili for supporting us in preparing for this event. We are honored to be associated with UNWTO and to hold this meeting as Africa redefines its global identity through the vibrancy of its people, a rich cultural heritage and boundless promise. The UNWTO's membership of 160 states, including 51 from Africa, reflects our collective ambition and global impact. Tourism is more than traveling or visiting historical sites, waterfalls, mountains, and parks. It is an engine of local economies, a catalyst for social understanding, and a bridge that unites cultures. The advent of technology and creativity has transformed tourism and its opportunities. Therefore, it is appropriate that this conference highlights the impact of AI, innovation, and creative industries on the tourism sector. Apart from its economic value, tourism has the potential to enhance local entrepreneurship and community development by supporting small businesses such as tour operators, local artisans, hospitality providers, and service industries. Tourism creates new opportunities for entrepreneurship, especially in rural areas. As Nigeria works towards establishing itself as a top destination for visitors worldwide, we understand the importance of pursuing growth without losing sight of our responsibility to protect the environment and safeguard our rich cultural heritage. Our approach to developing tourism is guided by a commitment to sustainability, ensuring eco-friendly policies are woven into building, managing, and running our actions and facilities. Nigeria's creative industries, comprising music, film, fashion, literature, and digital arts, emerge as powerful drivers of economic growth, making significant contributions to the country's GDP, job creation, and economic diversification. Nigeria's Nollywood is one of the largest film industries in the world, generating substantial revenue from domestic and international markets. Similarly, the music and fashion industries have propelled Nigeria's global cultural influence and generated income and employment opportunities. As we chart a new course for tourism in Africa, one thing is clear: the government cannot build the sector alone. It needs a partnership with the private sector. The sector's growing complexity and opportunities demand this strategic partnership. Nigeria supports adopting sustainable tourism practices across Africa, which reflect the country's unique challenges. By collaborating with regional bodies such as the African Union, ECOWAS, and UN Tourism, Nigeria encourages other African nations policies promoting eco-friendly tourism and preserving cultural heritage. This collaboration includes sharing best practices, tourism training, developing joint marketing campaigns for sustainable tourism, and improving infrastructure to support intra-African travel. Through these regional initiatives, Africa can foster a continent-wide movement towards tourism that benefits both the people and the environment, driving long-term prosperity for Africa. During your meetings in the next few days, I urge you to focus on practical solutions and collaborative strategies that will strengthen intra-African travel, boost investment in tourism infrastructure, empower local communities, and deepen tourism's role in achieving the sustainable development goals and making African tourism the heart of the global conversation. I look forward to hearing diverse perspectives at this conference and learning how to harness tourism's full potential to boost the economies of Africa. On this note, on behalf of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, I formally declare the 68th meeting of the UN Tourism Regional Commission for Africa Cup open. Thank you, and once again, welcome to Nigeria.